but marriage is difficult. My name's Antoinette, and I go live every Sunday and just share with you whatever has been percolating in my mind in that week. Actually, this week's topic has been percolating since yesterday. I've actually been on holiday for most of this week, so joyfully, nothing has been percolating apart from what's my next meal and is it time to turn over on the sun lounger. So brilliant. Um, Now, I'm not married, so I'm not an expert in that. But like everybody else on the planet, I have been involved in some long term relationships of all sorts. And actually, I attended a wedding yesterday, so that's why it's prevalent on my mind. And it was the wedding of someone that I held when they were a newborn baby. It really puts your age into context. So I love to hear wedding vows. It's just a thing of mine. And in a world of easy come and easy go, every time I hear those vows, those words, that commitment between two people, I'm just reminded of how weighty those words are. And they fill me with hope and they fill me with emotion. Yeah, I'm the one that I'm bobbing away or dabbing my eyes. But much more yesterday I sat in a room full of people where many of them have made this marriage commitment to each other. Some were just a few years in, and some still going after decades. Weddings always put me deep into thought, and I often come away thinking, what does it take for a couple to stay together, to tough it out through those vows? And I thought that the guy speaking at the ceremony nailed it. I've actually misquoted him at the beginning purposefully. He said, weddings are fun, but marriage is hard. And that really is the truth from the marriages that I've been privileged to witness year on year, day on day, decade on decade. I have observed that those people that make it through understand that it's a daily commitment to stick it out through, as the vows say, thick and thin, sickness and health, all the stuff, to put the other person's needs first, to put their needs ahead of yours, to wake up every day. And I think this is the kicker, to wake up every day and make a conscious decision to do that. It's hardcore, right? So, as is the way with my weekly thoughts, once my mind comes onto it, other conversations seem to crop up around that theme. Like quite a few people gave speeches. That's my second favourite thing at a wedding. And I loved them all. But the bride at the end of her speech, she talked, she'd waxed brilliantly about the groom and the parents and the in-laws, all wonderfully, and all of her friends that had helped support her to make that day. But her toast in the end was really moving, and it was to love stories that were reflected all around the room. And she said, it's not just romantic love. She put it so much more eloquently than this. It's not just romantic love. It's all of the relationships that we are in, because they are all love relationships. They are all love stories. And I thought that was so beautiful. So for all of us then, who are all in a multiplicity of love stories with family members, with siblings, with children, with work colleagues, neighbours, what does that mean? What does it mean to make those relationships last through thick and thin, sickness and health, good times and bad? And so I think it's that choosing every day to decide to belong, that choosing every day to get on, that choosing every day to love each other, and at times to love sacrificially, that choice every day to put another's needs ahead of your own. So I think that marriage vows could be a bit of a blueprint for most significant relationships. I'd love to hear what you think about that. How would the world look if we treated our colleagues at work with deep levels of commitment, indeed deep levels of love? How would it look at work if we put their needs, our boss's needs, the person that sits next to us, the person that cleans our building, how would it look if we put their needs above our own? What would it look like in families? What would it look like with your neighbours? I mean, the list goes on, right? And I know that I've got a long way to go with this, with intentionally choosing to put others above myself. It's hard. It's hard, especially with those that rub you up the wrong way, especially, or even worse, with those that have treated you unjustly. Um, and as ever, those thoughts are still percolating in my brain. It was quite interesting this morning to be sat in church, and what we have in September, we have what we call Partnership Month, where everybody just redecides, like, do I want to be part of this church? Do I want to be with this group of people? And we just review, what does that look like? What does that mean? What are our intentions together? And this whole refrain came up almost again. You know, there's an intentionality to it. There is a choice every day to put others' needs above yourself. There is a choice to model ourselves on the person that we think is perfect, Jesus, who was selfless, who really talked to us about this example of what sacrificial, good, enduring love looks like. Um, so, as I said, I'm still percolating. I don't have final answers. I just have more questions. But I would really, really love to hear your thoughts on any of this, on marriage, on friendship, on relationships, on vows, on being a community member and what being a good community member and what that means. Um, and I guess I just want to end with a quote from Mignon McLaughlin, who says that a successful marriage, and you could insert the word relationship there, a successful marriage requires falling in love many times, always with the same person. Thoughts on a postcard? No, really, thoughts down below. So until next Sunday, I hope that life treats you well. Take care. Have a good one.